Welcome back. This Friday marks the 150th anniversary of the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad, and you might not know about 15,000 Chinese workers that made significant contributions to its construction.
500 of them are buried right here in Utah. Tonight, ABC4's Rosie Nguyen introduces us to some of their descendants and explains how the railroad wouldn't have been possible without their ancestors.
The year was 1864 when officials with Central Pacific realized they were creeping up onto a big problem. There were not enough working men to build their railroad on the West Coast.
They were in financial difficulty and they couldn't find enough labor to work on the railroad. And so they decided to look to the Chinese to help them solve this problem.
During that time, millions died during the Taiping Rebellion in China. Those that remained looked for a way out to save and support their families. As a result, recruiters brought more than 10,000 men from southern China over to the U.S. to work on the railroad. By 1865, Chinese workers made up 4 out of 5 jobs on the Central Pacific Line. Margaret Yi says it was scary for her great-great-grandfathers to leave everything they had behind with the hope of pursuing something better.
They come to the new place and the different language is different, the weather is different, and the custom is different.
Initially, Chinese railroad workers were met with open arms, but found themselves in the most dangerous and unfair working conditions.
When the white counterpart, when they pay them, they included their food and the room and board. But the Chinese people, when they pay, they $20, the much less. But it's not including the food, not including the room and board.
While other workers slept in heated boxcars, Chinese railroad workers lived in small tents, sometimes even sleeping in the tunnels that they worked in.
That was one of the worst winters ever recorded, and there were avalanches. And in the spring, when they would find the bodies, they would often find them still holding their tools because it was the most valuable possession they had.
Their biggest challenge came from the Sierra Nevada mountains. Between 1865 and 1868, Chinese railroad workers built 15 tunnels to get the trains through. But it came at a price.
These explosives were manually lit with fuses. There were a job called fuse runner, and that was because you lit the fuse and you ran. You literally ran for your life, and sometimes they wouldn't make it.
The Chinese worked so efficiently, they became an integral part of the historic event known as 10 Mile Day. In April 1869, Central Pacific picked a crew of 1,300 Chinese workers and just 8 Irish workers to win a bet against Union Pacific on the amount of track laid in one day. The team shattered the record, laying more than 3,500 rails in 12 hours, totaling more than 10 miles.
They are very hard worker, and they need their work because because they're hard work and they're skillful, and supposed to done in the 14 years the railroad. They get it done 7 years ahead.
After 6 years, the Transcontinental Railroad was finally completed. Leland Stanford, president of the Central Pacific Railroad, placed the last spike on May 10th, 1869.
But when it came time for the photograph, they were nowhere to be seen.
In the most famous photo from the Golden Spike celebration event, not a single Chinese railroad worker was included, essentially erasing their pivotal role and vital contribution to this great American achievement. Consequently, not all descendants like Yi and Quan know that their ancestors were Chinese railroad workers.
We've been calling them the nameless and faceless Chinese railroad workers for 150 years, and we want to be able to give back their names. And when they, even on the payroll records, they kept it simplified. They put everything as so forth, this and that. Not all their first names are That's more of a nickname.
That's why Yi and Quan established the Chinese Railroad Workers Descendants Association. Each year, they travel up to the Chinese Arch at Golden Spike National Park to pay respect to their ancestors. As the 150th anniversary of the Golden Spike approaches, they want to make sure their ancestors' legacy will be recognized in U.S. history and told from their perspective.
Doing this every year, sometimes we bring the younger generation to here so they can remember the story and they can see the importance of Chinese helping build the railroad.
Reporting for ABC4 News, I'm Rosie Nguyen.
All of us here at ABC4 News hope that Rosie's reporting gives honor to those who worked on the Transcontinental Railroad and their ancestors are pleased. The Golden Spike Conference kicked off tonight. It'll continue until Sunday. Yi will lead a cohort of Chinese people to recreate the iconic Transcontinental Railroad completion photo on Friday at Promontory Summit. That should be fun. For information on all of the Golden Spike events, visit our website, abc4.com.